Good afternoon on what is a mild, bright and sunny day. It is Sunday the 14th of April and I'm in the reading up with a nice hot cup of tea and a box to continue unboxing. And what I have in here is, hold of this, it's Death Valley, a horror western role-playing game. This is the quick start rules, includes scenario showdown at Scorpion Gulch. It's written by Tim Roberts, who is published in the UK by Critical Hit. Now, Critical Hit is best known for the mini sort of like Dungeons and Dragons 5th edition scenarios that it has published, and also Be Like a Crow, which is a solo journaling game in which you play a crow and experience different worlds as a crow. So, welcome to Death Valley. This quick start rulebook contains all you need to dive into the world of Death Valley, where you'll take on the role of an undead resident of Bardo's Bluff. Whether you desire to exist in peace or seek out the revenge for your wrongful killing, there is always something or someone determined to make your life hell. From the award-winning creator of Be Like a Crow comes a role-playing game that is quick to learn and will provide endless hours of role-playing, horror and fun. So it includes an introduction to the Death Valley setting, basic rules you need to start running and playing the game, one-shot scenarios, showdown at Scorpion Gulch, 4 pre-generated characters to get you started, and beautiful artwork by Vincenzo Ingentio. There we go. So this also should be noted that this is a Year Zero engine role-playing game, so it's using the same mechanics as, or similar mechanics to found in Alien, the role-playing game, and Vaesen, and the new Twilight 2000, all published by Free League Publishing. The engine was first seen in the Mutant Year Zero role-playing game back in 2015, something like that. So, open up, got the credits page, table of contents. So very clearly and simple. An introduction, telling you the structure of the game and the book, the role of the lawmaster. That's the referee. As the referee is called, not the motorbike which Judge Dredd rides. Characters involved, how the game plays. You've got the flow of the game, and safety notes in the corner there as well. So here we get into the setting. Welcome to Death Valley. It is a horror western with involving both the undead, cold bloods, and the living, warm bloods. And you play a member of the undead. Now, that sort of sounds a little bit like Deadlands on first go, because essentially one of the things in Deadlands is that one of the secrets was the fact that you could die and come back as one of the harrowed, one of the undead. To revenge your killing and try and save the world as you know it. But here we've got a basic introduction to the setting, where the Order of the Black Veil to basically essentially is essentially all of the undead was trying to basically ensure the survival of the undead, and then various types of basic organisations. So we've got the Order of the Black Veil, the Boundary Ghosts, who's sort of like more gaunt and mournful creatures, reanimated humans, usually righteous, who stole land by moving boundary stones in their previous lives. In death, the punishment is to drag around the great rocks used in their crime. That's nicely thematic, I think. Here we've got Bardo's Bluff. That's the official details of the town, I think, which is founded by a group of vampire preachers. So various details like the railroad, the mine, various animals you might encounter, and so on. So she's just giving you a general overview of the area, and you kind of think, well, kind of classic Western. And then it's talking about your various characters. They've got strength, agility, wits, and empathy. And this is in their undead form. They've got discussion also, of both your undead and your former life forms. List of the skills involved. kit, and then lastly, essentially your wrongful death and how that came about. Now, of course, this is just going to cover it in brief descriptions because you've got several pre-generated characters. Before we move on to skill checks and how to roll the dice, and it's a year zero engine, so essentially what you're going to be doing is rolling handfuls of the six-sided dice, hoping to get sixes. They're successes, and if you fail or don't get enough successes, you re-roll. Hope to not to score any ones, which are going to complicate things. Then we move on to combat, and there are rules here for both using miniatures or maps or theatre of the mind. So you also cover essentially ranged combat, physical combat. Going to be lots of gunfights, of course, ambushes and sneak attacks, and then mounted combat as well. So this is all handled fairly quickly. But I mean, the thing is, if you have played a year zero engine game, then you're gonna this is gonna be pick this up very quickly. So you are by page 15 out of a. Let's have a look. Trying to look. 30-page book. You're on to Showdown at Scorpion Gulch. So it's really 30 pages equally divided between the rules and the scenario. So this is the Showdown at Scorpion Gulch. Background, scenario overview, and then we're into Act 1, A Warm Blood Visits. It's not much to see necessarily. You've got a little bit of artwork, but not much. But I mean, this is a genre that kind of sells itself. Wild West and Undead, yeah, pretty much easy. You also got notes on the ticking clock, the countdown, something which you'd find in Vaesen, where you've got one or more countdowns to sort of like a catastrophe or greater difficulty. So the scenario goes on. You've got a very simple map of the region, but you don't need a complex map for one of these kind of situations because it's kind of familiar. So covering the various different areas and locations the player characters, the undead player characters might visit. And before basically you have the showdown with the Revenant. And the appendices, you've got the various NPCs, nice, clear, simply laid out. More of the artwork, and of course the full role-playing game will have more artwork. You've got a map of the abandoned mine, and I tell a lie, you actually do have a map of Death Valley at the end there. So I was talking poppycock at that point, but that's so there's the map of the mine, nice and easy, and then map of Death Valley. That's nice and easy to use as well. And then you've got the appendix, free tabletop license for the Year Zero engine, and then you've got the character sheet. So you've got a bounty hunter whose undead form is a skeleton, a grave digger whose undead form is the ghoul, a ranch hand whose undead form is the zombie, and the preacher whose undead form is the vampire. So it's not all about zombies, it is about different forms of the undead. I like that. That's giving lots of bit of choice in terms of capabilities and what you look like. So yeah, I think this is a really nice introduction to the setting and the gameplay. The Year Zero engine is going to be familiar to a lot of people. It's nice. It's a nice and easy system to actually use because you're just rolling pools of six-sided dice. And the Western is a familiar genre. Horror is a familiar genre, and combining the two, to be fair, is also a familiar genre because, after all, we have had Deadlands since 1996, 1997. But yeah, that looks great. I look forward to seeing the full version and giving this a proper review in due course. Anyway, thanks for watching another unboxing in the Nook. If you enjoyed this, then please do click on the like button down below. And of course, if you've got any comments or feedback, I do appreciate you taking the time to post those. And lastly, if you want to be alerted to get more unboxings in the Nook, where you'll see me out here with a box containing a book or game or role-playing game, or in this case a quick start for an undead western horror role-playing game, which I will unbox and chat about to the best extent of my knowledge for roughly 10 minutes or so, all of course accompanied by a nice hot cup of tea, then please do click on the subscribe button down below. Thanks again for watching another unboxing in the Nook. I will be back again soon with another one. Bye for now.